Athletes, coaches, and fitness connoisseurs. Today we're talking gymnastics. Okay, for today's conversation, it's going to be controlling body weight through space. Okay, and this is important because gymnastics really is the foundation of, or it is a foundation to a pyramid of as far as like fitness or athletic development. Okay, so gymnastics really is a great foundation as long as you're developing it properly. And so today we're going to talk a little bit about like a hierarchy of fitness development and how that works. So we have gymnastics, we're controlling our body through space. And what we want to do always is progress gymnastics static to dynamic, okay? Every single client and every single person, regardless if they're super athletic or not, they need to be progressing in this format. We're gonna meet them right where they're at, of course, absolutely, okay? But so we can put together kind of three different levels. There's three different examples for you guys. This one could be a plank. This is more static, stable. This could be a plank on rings. Here could be like the development, if you will. And then finally, we have a ring push-up, okay? And we could unpack like why this is important and making sure that the plank is good. What I would suggest is making sure that your clients can do a 2-minute plank and then progressing them forward into more complex movement patterns. But this is just an example, and this is something that it's very important for us to understand that the body works really well when you progress it accordingly. Another good example might be tempo strict pull-up. Dean, what happens if I can't do regular strict pull-up? Then it doesn't even matter, because what I'm talking about is controlling all different positions of the movement. So you could grab a band and you could just do slow negatives. Okay, that's essentially what I mean by a tempo strict pull-ups. Control through that negative. Progress this on is to strict pull-ups. Yeah, doing like 3 sets of 10 or something like that. And then finally, we could progress this on to, for all you CrossFitters out there, the kipping pull-up or kipping pull-ups. Okay, it's a more dynamic, more explosive movement pattern. This would be the things that we'd graduate to once we have a really good foundation. Now, this is super important, but not only is this super important, static to dynamic, we also want to do simple to complex. Simple to complex, okay? Movement patterns that are going to require maybe one joint to open and close, and then progress that into a movement pattern that requires multiple joints opening and closing. Here's great examples of this. The strict pull-up is more simple than the kipping pull-up, which is more simple than the ring muscle-up, strict or kipping variations. And then obviously, if we wanted to talk about the ring muscle-up, we go back to static to dynamic, establishing a strict ring muscle-up first, and then progressing into the kipping ring muscle-up, and then maybe some sort of complex on the rings would be more dynamic or even more complex, just like so. Why is this important? I could pull out this little guy right here. Boom. I could talk about scapular stability. I could talk about rotator cuffs. I could talk about all that kind of jazz. Ultimately, if we want our clients to succeed, we want to give them a roadmap of specific, intentional progression. This gives them the opportunity to graduate from movement to movement and create a very clear path to where they're going. Ultimately, as well, this kind of stuff, or this I guess philosophy or principle, if you will, gives us a wide base for development of an athlete into a taller pyramid. Okay, the wider the base, the taller the pyramid. Okay, guys. Basics of gymnastics or hierarchy of developing gymnastics. I highly recommend this for all of your clients. If you're not thinking simple to complex or static to dynamic, I would challenge you to do so. Make sure that all of your clients are competent with movements like the plank or a strict pull-up, push-ups, moving into dips, handstand holds, handstand walking, ring muscle ups, those kinds of things. Ultimately, we want all of our clients to be able to express as many different kinds of muscular contractions as possible. We do. We want to get them there, but not without developing the foundation. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time.